The Pit explained. The Pit unfolds across a single 15-hour shift in the emergency room of Pittsburgh Trauma Medical Hospital. Dr. Robby, the senior attending, holds the department together through sheer will. But the shift falls on the 4th anniversary of his mentor Dr. Adamson's death during COVID, and the grief is already cracking through. Charge nurse Dana Evans runs the floor. Senior residents Collins and Langdon supervise a team of newer doctors, including residents Mel, McKay, and Mohan, intern Santos, and medical students Javadi and Whitaker. The ER is chronically understaffed. Patients wait 8 to 12 hours, and the hospital administrator is threatening to outsource the department. Over 15 hours, a fentanyl epidemic, a mass shooting, and the weight of a broken system will test whether these people can sustain who they are inside an institution designed to grind them down.
So the Pit takes place across a single 15-hour shift in a Pittsburgh ER that's already falling apart. Patients boarding for days, 8-hour waits, nurses stretched past the limit. The administrator is threatening to outsource the department over satisfaction scores. And it all unfolds on the anniversary of Robby's mentor Adamson's death during COVID.
Right, and that anniversary does real damage. Robby has flashbacks throughout the shift, panic attacks triggered by rooms where he treated Adamson. Dana, the charge nurse, is the only one who notices early on.
And the institution keeps grinding. A patient dies in a hallway because there aren't enough beds, exactly the crisis Robby warned about. Gloria threatens his job while the real problem is understaffing she won't fund. Then a corporate firm arrives to take over the ER entirely.
Metrics over mission. That's the tension driving the whole season.
Can these people practice real medicine inside a system working against them at every turn?
One arc that captures it perfectly is Nick Bradley. 19 years old, arrives in the second hour unresponsive from fentanyl-laced pills. Counterfeit Xanax his parents had no idea about. His condition deteriorates across the episode. Pupils go from pinpoint to blown. Brainstem function gone.
And for 6 episodes, his parents are just waiting. Another young woman overdoses on the same pills and survives. Same drug, opposite outcome.
That contrast is brutal. When Jenna stops to apologize, she tells the parents Nick volunteered to pick up those pills as a favor for friends. He wasn't using, he was being kind, and it killed him.
Brain death confirmed. Honor walk in episode 8. The whole ER stops as he's wheeled past. 6 episodes from arrival to organ donation.
The whole ER stops.
Collins might have the most painful arc of the season. She's secretly pregnant, hiding it from almost everyone. And Robby asks her to help falsify a teenager's medical records so the girl can get an abortion past the gestational cutoff.
But doesn't that ignore the risk Collins faces? She refuses. Falsifying records could destroy her career while Robby has tenure. Their risks aren't equal, and she says so directly.
Robby takes it on himself, erases her chart entries, records the pregnancy at 1 day under the limit. But it's all for nothing when the girl's actual mother shows up and blocks the procedure. And those falsified records stay in the system through the end of the season.
Right, and Collins spends an entire episode convincing that mother to consent, administers the medication herself, then walks into a bathroom and discovers she's miscarrying her own wanted pregnancy. Alone, unwitnessed.
She works through it silently for 2 more episodes before telling anyone. Then she reveals to Robby that years ago she terminated a pregnancy and he was the father. That reframes their entire relationship, the tension, the grief, the IVF she was doing alone.
Now the Langdon thread. That builds over 6 episodes before anyone listens. Santos nearly kills a patient early on with an unauthorized procedure, so she has 0 credibility when she starts noticing things.
And that's what makes it so painful. She spots discrepancies, a possibly faulty drug vial, then a patient missing half his prescribed pills, and connects them to Langdon. She goes to the surgeon, who shuts her down cold.
Exactly, because Langdon is the best teacher on the shift. He's mentoring Whitaker through an escharotomy, gently coaching Mel through her grief. Same episode, he publicly tears Santos apart for acting without permission.
2 faces of the same person.
When Santos finally goes to Robby, Langdon has already tried to preemptively discredit her. Robby forces the locker open, stolen pills matching a patient's prescription. Their best senior resident, gone, with hours left on the shift.
He comes back uninvited during the mass casualty and proves he's still an incredible clinician, saves lives, performs a blind subclavian line. In the finale, Robby offers him a recovery path, 30-day inpatient or felony charges. Langdon fires back that a nurse witnessed Robby's breakdown. Mutual leverage.
I actually think the season's real story is the residents proving the system wrong about them. Mohan gets told by Robby to consider another specialty because she's too slow. The team calls her Slow-Mo.
And that same thoroughness catches a mercury poisoning everyone else dismisses as schizophrenia, a sickle cell crisis EMTs wrote off as drug-seeking, and a drug reaction another resident wanted to intubate through.
Right, and by the mass casualty, she's draining brain hemorrhages with a bone drill and threading catheters into hearts. Robby calls her on fire. The quality he punished became the thing they needed most.
How long did it take the system to stop punishing what made her great?
All season. And it's the same arc as Santos. Episode 4, she nearly kills someone. Episode 13, she performs a solo procedure on a dying woman's aorta and saves her life.
Then the shooting hits. Active shooter at Pitt Fest. Robby's quasi-stepson Jake is there on tickets Robby gave him. Collins is unreachable. Robby told her to turn off her phone. Langdon's fired. Dana's thinking of quitting. They're going into the worst crisis, short-staffed and emotionally shattered.
What does combat medicine look like in an ER?
Colored slap bands for triage. Red for critical, pink for dying within the hour, black and white for dead. No labs, no imaging, wrist charts and Sharpie. Abbott drives in after hearing the police scanner and co-leads with Robby.
Exactly. And everyone rises. Javadi improvises a chest tube from a tracheal tube when supplies run out. Mel donates her own blood to a dying patient. Dana organizes a hospital-wide staff blood drive on the spot.
Then Jake arrives with his girlfriend Leah, shot through the heart. Robby breaks every triage rule to try to save her.
Does he save her?
No. Pronounced dead. He broke triage and still lost her. Then he shatters. Names every patient who died on his shift. Lashes out at Jake. Next episode, Whitaker finds him alone in the morgue, reciting the Shema, and tells him the team can't function without him.
112 mass casualty patients. 106 survived.
Robby confesses his breakdown to Abbott on the rooftop. Abbott just dismisses it, says that happens in a war, offers his therapist's number. And as they walk downstairs, we see Abbott has a prosthetic leg.
15 episodes and nobody knew. That reframes his whole season. The combat medicine expertise, the tactical equipment he carries personally, the deep empathy for everyone else's pain.
Santos follows Whitaker into an unused hospital wing and discovers the show's moral center has been sleeping there all along. No apartment, no car. She offers him her spare room.
I see that as more than a warm ending. The person who talked Robby back from the brink and joined the street medicine team is the most vulnerable person in that building. Nobody knew.
And the season closes with the group drinking beer in a park. They toast the ones they saved and the ones they couldn't. An ambulance pulls up. Robby stands. Tomorrow is another day. Dana may quit. Langdon has leverage. Collins is still off grid. The system's still broken. The people are still extraordinary.